seems like every year or two, they always have something new. We go to, people go to...
Meet Harry Sellers. He's a fourth-generation dairy farmer in northern Carroll County who's committed to helping clean up the bay.
Because as we walk down towards the stream, as you can see, we're not that far away. Years ago, all the runoff would go into the streams.
We know cows produce a lot of milk, but they also produce a lot of something else: manure. Animal manure is full of nitrogen, and if that runs off the farm into nearby streams and rivers, it flows downstream and causes trouble for the bay. It's really all about biology. What goes into a cow eventually comes out.
So every cow, every bite is the same. So she's getting a full balanced diet every time she takes a bite.
It's keeping the manure and the nitrogen in it contained on the farm and out of the waterways that's the most important part of what farmers know as nutrient management. Harry and his father Norman have always understood that to control runoff, farmers need to use what's known as BMPs, or best management practices. The Sellers have quite a collection of BMPs, some as simple as concrete pads and curbs that keep manure off the soil where it could run off into streams.
You want to make sure that none of the manure from the cattle get off the concrete. That's why we've got lots of concrete to keep the manure contained.
BMP number 2, manure storage.
You got to contain all the runoff.
Contour stripping is another practice that keeps soil and fertilizer from running off from fields into streams and the bay.
You can see the different strips that are located up over the hillsides. This keeps the water and helps us keep the nutrients on the field where they belong.
BMP number 4 channels rainwater that falls onto the roof.
Well, with the rain spouts, you're trying to keep as much water out of your facilities as you can. That's all clean water off the rain spouts, so you want to divert that around out of the manure storage facilities.
Here in this milking parlor, these cows are busy producing the official beverage of the state of Maryland. That's right, it's milk. But what it takes to get to this point is what farmers like Harry have to think about every day. At the chemical barn, where sprayers are loaded daily, Harry's BMP number 5 sits quietly in the floor. Specialized drains capture and hold spilled or leaky chemicals that are used to grow food for the cows.
Most places there's a stream. All the water from the bay starts somewhere. We're all trying to help do our part to keep the streams clean, keep the fertilizer usage down.
And just because the Chesapeake isn't in his backyard doesn't mean he's not constantly thinking about his farm's impact on it.
We're away from the bay, but still, everybody uses the bay. I like to go fishing and crabbing, and we like to do our part to help keep the environment clean, whether we're on the bay or we're miles away from the bay.
Harry takes note of every stream, gully, brook, creek, river, and ditch on his farm. It's all part of a farmer's watershed. To keep streams on his farm free of nutrient and soil sediment pollution, Harry uses BMP number 6. Keep the cows out of the water.
Years ago, the cattle would all come down and erode the banks. They'd be walking up and down, and now with fencing off the streams, the grass has grown back. The stream won't move as much. The water stays clean because you don't have all these herds of cattle standing in.
And that simple fix of fencing off the stream has made a noticeable difference on the farm.
The ducks and the muskrats and the minks or whatever, the little animals that all use the stream, I have seen a very noticeable difference over the last couple of years.
Harry hopes that because of the conservation practices he has in place on the farm, that noticeable difference will last for years to come, so his family can continue to farm, and Marylanders like him can continue to enjoy the Chesapeake Bay.
Stream anytime, anywhere with the free PBS app.